The episode opens on the planet the Mandalorians have been taking refuge on, and we see all of them training with their weapons and refining their skills in hand-to-hand combat. They seem to be having matches against one another to practice, and after the Foundling we see in episode 1 defeats another Foundling, he is challenged by Djarin to be put up against Grogu. Now, before we get into that, I want to say before Grogu is taken to begin his Mandalorian training, he is sitting at the shore playing with what seems to be rocks initially. However, they are revealed to be crustaceous creatures and really remind me of the white rock-like crabs we see in Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Anyhow, the Foundling, whose name we discover later on is Ragnar, chooses to battle with darts, with the first to 3 points being the victor. After being shot twice and receiving a little encouragement from both Din and Bo-Katan, Grogu force jumps over Ragnar and nails him with 3 practice darts straight to the chest, thus winning the round. However, the Mandalorian covert is interrupted when a leviathan raptor of sorts swoops in and grabs Ragnar to bring to its nest. Bo-Katan follows the creature and maps out a safe way of retrieving the child without disturbing the nest. And with that, the covert along with the armorer form an extraction team consisting of Bo-Katan, who's in charge of the mission, Din Djarin, Paz Vizsla, and a few other Mandalorian soldiers. Before we get into their mission, the armorer takes Grogu inside the cave and begins forging him a chest plate with a mudhorn sigil to match Din's as he begins his transition into the second ever Mandalorian Jedi. However, as the armorer smashes down the hammer to begin shaping the chess piece, Grogu experiences PTSD and has flashbacks to the night of Order 66, Operation Nightfall. It is here where we finally acquire the answer to who saved Grogu from the temple on this tragic night, the Jedi Kelleran Beq, known as the Sabered Hand. The actor is actually Ahmed Best, who plays Jar Jar Binks, and I think he did a phenomenal job. We witness Beq escape Coruscant with Grogu with the aid of Naboo royal guards, and the flashback ends there. The scene transitions back to the Mandalorians heading to the nest, and on their way, during the later hours of the day, they set up camp in a fire to rest and eat. They are all given rations, and we learn that a group of Mandalorians must separate from one another temporarily to eat, allowing them to remove their helmets. Due to Bo-Katan being the one in charge of this particular mission, she is the one allowed to stay at the fire. The night passes, and they continue their trek in the morning, eventually reaching their destination. Bo urges Paz to be stealthy while retrieving the Foundling, but he stresses that the boy is his son. Ragnar Vizsla, being the son of Paz Vizsla, is likely related to Pre Vizsla and in turn Tar Vizsla. I know, a lot of Vizslas in one sentence, but regardless, this recklessness costs them as they are attacked by a now awake mother raptor and her children. The mother grabs hold of both Ragnar and Paz this time and takes off. However, she is unsuccessful in escaping, as she is eventually taken down by the Mandalorians and falls into the water below, only to be devoured by one of the giant alligators from episode 1. Something I liked is how Paz thanks Din for helping him rescue his son, and it's kinda like two fathers bonding over their children, because we all know Din would do the same for Grogu, who is considered his son. We see the Mandalorians lead the 3 baby raptors out of Bo's ship, and one can assume that they will be tamed by the covert. The episode ends with Bo-Katan and the armorer alone in the cave, where the armorer forges a replacement pauldron for Bo. Something that's interesting though is that Bo tells the armorer about the mythosaur she had seen, but the armorer kind of brushes this off like it's something casual, and responds by saying this is the way. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this week's breakdown. Have a great day. See ya.